Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking some things off of this engine here, starting to strip it down, get these twin turbos and stuff off, start simplifying things with it, as well as replacing the valve cover gasket on the 2JZ GE engine that's in it, because right now it's leaking a little bit at the top and it's leaking down onto the exhaust manifold, so it tends to smoke a little bit. We don't want to do that. So when we do send the car to paint, we don't want any of the workers or the trades guys that are painters thinking that something's gonna light on fire or whatever. So I prefer just to get that fixed right away. It's easy, it's a cheap part. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Strip this thing down today if we can, see how far we get. Today's just not really any plan. It's just kind of a day in the garage of catching up on a few things that I needed to get done. So I know you guys probably haven't seen this yet. We actually were able to receive a TRD wing. Obviously it has to be painted, but you can see here, carbon in the center. It's in really good shape. And then obviously the carbon outside, and then these are just painted another color, but obviously we're gonna get that painted the same color as this here, and it will look really good with the carbon on the side and the wing there. Overall, this car looks way better with a wing like this. It just definitely suits the car. It's very common for people to do a TRD style wing on the back of these cars. In my opinion, I'm not too big of a fan of the factory one, just kind of the shape of it and how it looks. This one squares out the back a little bit more. And the front bumper and side skirts have been shipped. Those took a very long time. I ordered those back in November actually. So as soon as we get those on, this car is ready to go for paint. The back glass is taken out of it, as you can see probably when I was showing you the wing there. There will be a video of me putting the front bumper and side skirts on this car as well, but I'm getting pretty excited. That wing makes a huge difference on the car. It looks way better. We got some of the dents fixed in the hood here. There's a few on the top of it, so we had that all repaired. So it's less work for the body shop to fix all that stuff. I want no Bondo on this car at all, so if we can eliminate that, that's perfect. It's, you know, it's all the actual factory aluminum and factory metal that's on the car. So if I can avoid using Bondo or anything like that, then that's perfect, which I don't think we'll need on this car. Like I said, today we're going to be doing the valve cover gasket on this. So we're going to take all this intake stuff off, pull this cover off here. I'll inspect the timing belt as well. I'm sure it's fine, but we'll take a look while the cover's off. I was able to get the OEM gaskets here for the GE engine, non-DVTI. So we're gonna put those in today. Those were like 12 bucks, OEM ones from Japan. So, and then this engine will be nice and fresh. But then when we go and take this engine out, it's not leaking for the next person that wants it, because obviously we're putting the GT engine in soon with this car. So I'm sure if I do give it to somebody, they're going to strip it all down and build it or whatever, because a lot of people are actually doing GE builds now with this engine and making half decent power with it. So that's an option there. But the only thing is that obviously you see this distributor here. Everybody thinks that you can just delete this if you're going for a coil over plug or whatever, but there's actually a cam position sensor in here as well. So you kind of have to have that. That's kind of an eyesore on the side of the engine, but that's the difference with the GE engine and the GTE engine. Obviously that's not the only difference, but it's one of the differences for sure. Just gonna take a minute to thank the sponsor of today's channel, JR Security System. Ever think that maybe your dog is not enough for a security system, especially when it looks like this? Well, I got the solution for you. JR Security offers all the best equipment and super clean install every time they come. They offer a wide variety of equipment that you can attach. Sensors, you can get glass breaking sensors, you can get door sensors, you can get flood sensors, just about anything. There's probably about 20 different sensors you can get that you can all connect to one unit like this screen here. They also offer a wide variety of camera solutions you can have, so you can always monitor your house when you're away, out of the country, or whatever it is that you're doing and you're not at the house. If you're anything like me and you want to protect your prized possessions, knowing that you have a good security system is definitely a peace of mind for sure to have. That does it for today's sponsor of the video. Enjoy the rest of the video. So let's go ahead and start stripping this stuff down and see how far we get with the gasket.
If it's not with you, why does it hit me the hardest when I'm off my game, when I'm feeling strange already? Why do I miss you the most when I'm feeling afraid? Do you feel the same?
Okay, so we just pulled off the one side of the valve cover. There's actually a lot of crap that's like vacuum lines, like coolant lines, all this other stuff that actually runs through this. I am very excited to simplify everything in this whole engine bay here with that 2JZ GTE. Seeing as there's wires running everywhere, we're gonna make it look like really clean when that engine goes in it. Somewhat how simple this setup is in here. So everything's tucked away nicely, it's nice and clean, it's simple. Easy to find problems if there is any, but the good news is this engine is super clean inside here. I pulled the valve cover off and look how clean that is. Oil changes were definitely done on this engine, which is a good sign. I like that. If I ever do decide to do something with this engine, it is super clean. Like, it looks like it's brand new in there. Definitely, you can tell right away when you pull valve covers off. If someone has kept up on their maintenance, it's all gunged up. If not, so that's a good sign. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the other valve cover off on the right side, get the new gaskets in, and start putting it back together. So now that we have the valve cover gaskets all done here, we all have this all buttoned back up, so now we don't have the issue of the oil dripping onto the exhaust manifold, so that's good. Now we're gonna get to tearing down this 2JZ here, taking all this stuff off, going over everything, and taking the turbos off and see how far we get today. As you can see here, I'm gonna try and sell these twins. I don't know if there's a hot market for them or not, but they're still in really good shape. All the hardware on them has still got the heads on them. And yeah, we're gonna try to take all this off, and then it's probably gonna take a while because I know from watching a few videos of people taking this stuff off here, it takes a long time to get rid of all these lines and try to simplify it all up. Okay, so we just finished getting the whole entire harness off. That took a long time because it was all tucked underneath this intake manifold here. So like the routing was just like tucked everywhere. So it'll be the nice thing will be when we get the new harness for this engine, we'll be able to just kind of route it our own way and everything will be labeled nicely. Just gonna try and simplify everything here. It's gonna take a while to get this side off, but we'll just time lapse the rest of removing these turbos. So about an hour and a bit after taking these twin turbos off, all this, like there was so many lines. There's so many vacuum lines and coolant lines and so much crap that is routed on that side. Like I said, I'm very excited to simplify this whole setup here and obviously go with the big single, a nice manifold that comes down, tubular manifold, so it sounds really good. Because I know you can get the low pro manifolds too if you're tight for space, but I want that the individual runners, and that way you can get a better high-pitched sound with these 2JZs. So there's just so much stuff to do with this. These are your main coolant lines here. These are some vacuum lines here and another vacuum line here. This is all the stuff here. We got the harness taken off. This is the main harness here. A couple of ground wires for the alternator, power wires, coil packs, some more coolant lines over here. These are the twin turbos set up here. I was able to get the whole thing off as one unit. This thing is very heavy. The new setup will be much lighter than this. This is quite the heavy unit. Feed lines for your turbos here. This is your drain back tubes down to your oil pan. These will be for sale if anybody wants it with all the lines and everything attached to it. I think they're about 50,000 K on them. So if anybody's interested, please DM me on my Instagram and maybe we can set something up. Now that those are off, we can go ahead and start cleaning up all the block here. I'm going to be pulling this head off too as well and sending it out so all the new seals get replaced and everything gets checked over. But yeah, everything looks pretty good on this. Going to clean all this up too. Can hardly wait to get the single turbo kit on this so you can see a big turbo here, and it's just going to make the thing look much better. I think that's going to conclude for today's video. I'm going to have another video of tearing the engine down, taking the head off and looking inside of it, you know, flipping it over, pulling the bearing caps, pulling all the rod bearings out, making sure they're okay, and probably just replacing them while I'm in there. Just do a full refresh with all the seals on this engine so it's all ready to go when I go to swap it into the Supra. I don't want to be changing any of that stuff while it's in the car. Well, while it's on the stand, I might as well change all the seals, refresh everything, then I know it's going in that car all perfectly ready to go, no leaks. As of for that, guys, we're gonna close the video out. We got the valve covers all done, valve cover gaskets all done on this GE engine. So I've got some cleaning up to do. Gonna organize some of that over there, push this back over into the corner, and then we will get back to it another time when we have more time to strip this thing down, pull the cylinder head off, and each part that comes off of this, same sort of thing with the underneath of it. I'm going to get it painted or powder coated, then everything goes back on really nice and it looks fresh, and I'll fire it right back into the Supra, get a new harness for it, get this standalone ECU, and then we'll be rocking with this. So that's the main goal anyways. If you guys made it this far in the video, I wanted to show you a little something here. A person that I watch on YouTube, his name's TJ Hunt. I'm sure you guys know who that is. He was the one who actually persuaded me or gave me the idea, let's say, of a vision board. I'm sure you guys know what that is, but this is what's on my vision board here that I want to accomplish in the next half year or so here. I want a 4-post lift for here so I can stack these cars. I want to teach myself how to TIG weld. I want to buy a TIG welding setup, and then I can fabricate all my own parts for these cars. I want to hit 1,000 subscribers. I've already accomplished this. We got a 2JG VVTi, so that's pretty cool. And then this is a single turbo kit. There's a few more things that I want to put on here for this year. It's good because every time I go and wash my hands, instead of looking at the mirror, I'm looking at this. It gets me motivated as I see that stuff on pictures. And to me, I think instead of just writing this stuff down, like this one's a little bit of a different board. It's obviously just things that we need to do for these cars here. It's not really a vision board, but that one where you can see pictures of and you can pin it up gets you more motivated to see it and then pull it off when you've accomplished it than just to write it down or write it in your notes or anything like that. To me, it's more effective that way. So, but those are just a few of the goals. A few more things that I need to add to it, like I said. But as for that, guys, thanks for watching. Tune into the next Supra videos, and the next I'll be having lots more other car videos too as well, other than just the Supra. So keep an eye out for those. Talk to you guys.